us down last time for whatever happened. We wanted to apologize, the three of us, on camera so that Mr. Gurley could see this in class. So, Gordon, we apologize for not helping you in the video last time.
I apologize for not taking a more active role in the video.
Yeah, I'm very sorry that I didn't help out more last time.
Oh, thank you guys. So nice.
We promise to help on the next one.
Yeah, we'll help out on that.
Psalms 33:2. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. Illinois Supreme Court, 1883. Our laws and our institution must necessarily be based upon and embody the teachings of the Redeemer of mankind. It is impossible that it should be otherwise. In this sense and to this extent, our civilization and our institutions are emphatically Christian. Calvin Coolidge once said, "The foundations of our society and our government rest so much on the teachings of the Bible that it would be difficult to support them if faith in these teachings could cease to be practically universal in our country." Abraham Lincoln. Intelligence, patriotism, Christianity, and a firm reliance on Him who has never forsaken this favored land are still competent to adjust in the best way all our present difficulties.
Religion. It is one of the most controversial subjects today in America and around the world. The number one subject of religion that is debated upon is Christianity. Whether to remove the crosses from graves or to take out one nation under God from the pledge. But tonight's subject is to see how students can keep one nation under God and the Pledge of Allegiance.
The criticism of the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States exists on several grounds. Its use in public schools has been controversial, as critics contend that a government-sanctioned endorsement of religion violates the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. Some feel the pledge is contradicting with democracy and freedom. Tonight we're going to tell you a few objections on the grounds of religion.
Even before the addition of the phrase "under God" in 1954, legal challenges were frequently founded on the basis of freedom of religion. More specific objections have been raised since the addition of the phrase "under God" to the pledge. In the year of its addition, 1954, was also near the beginning of the Cold War anti-communist movement in the United States. Some anti-communist ideology in the United States identified the Soviet states with atheism. To many observers, the addition of "under God" to the pledge at this time suggests an identification of the U.S. as an officially religious nation. Many critics contend this as an unconstitutional endorsement of religion on that part of the government. Now, a word from our sponsors.
Go.
With this, they'll never know I didn't shave, thanks to Easy Breezy Beautiful Cover. And you're back.
Oh, hello. How you doing there? Sorry about that. We'll get you right back to your sports bulletin, but first we're going to talk about the under God rule in the Pledge of Allegiance. The words "under God" were added to the pledge on June 14, 1954, when the U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed a bill into law. The points of view, compromises, and personal interest in this matter are often viewed as examples of a wider debate over the role of religion in the U.S. government. Courtney, do you have anything to say about this?
Well, I know that the Supreme Court has banned some expressions of God from public schools. For example, in 1962, the Supreme Court banned the teacher-led resuscitation of the invocation, "Almighty God, we acknowledge our dependence upon Thee, and we beg Thy blessings upon us, our parents, our teachers, and our country." This objectable "Almighty God" recitation was voluntary and of some nature as the Pledge of Allegiance.
With us today we have Miss Brewer, who's going to help us with this project that we have. So Miss Brewer, how do you feel about the differences between teaching at a public school and a private school? Like, what are your pros and cons of both?
From a Christian perspective, I enjoy teaching at a private school, especially as a science teacher, because as a science teacher in a public school, I couldn't bring up things about God and creation as part of science. And And I believe it's difficult to teach science without talking about the fact that God created it all, and I had the liberty to do that in a private school.
So overall, you really prefer private school over public school?
Yes, absolutely.
Here's another question. Is even after you got your tenure at a public school and you mentioned Christ, could they fire you?
I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I know that there are things that when they're brought up from the students to the teacher, then the teacher is at liberty to discuss them with the student. But I understand that there's something about that the teacher can't be the one to initiate it with the students. I honestly don't know what the laws are there.
Thank you for your help today.
You're very welcome.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Girl, you need to try this new lotion. It makes your legs so silky smooth.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Man, try some right now. Hold this. This fine.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Oh, wow. That feels great. What's that called? Oh, so smooth. Thanks to Bath & Body Works.
Alright, class, everybody copy the notes that are on the board. Stop that. There. Alright, can everybody tell me in sum what this says on the board? Can anybody help me out? How about you, Kyle? How about you?
In sum, while no one may be required, to recite the pledge if he or she objects to do so, students have the right to recite the pledge in public settings. The First Amendment affords atheists complete freedom to disbelieve. It does not compel the government to censor the phrase "under God" from the Pledge of Allegiance in order to suit atheist tastes. Ma'am.
Great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I studied that.
First time in 40 years, high school students in Arlington, Massachusetts are able to recite in a school environment those familiar words, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all." The opportunity for them to say the Pledge of Allegiance is a result of the work of Arlington High School student senior Sean Harrington. He spent 3 years trying to get his town's school committee to restore the pledge at the start of each school day. He says that he knew it was the right thing to do. He agrees that he's very patriotic and comes from a patriotic family. He's always been taught to love his country and feel that it's a no-brainer. It's just common sense to have the pledge at school. He also said the pledge will be an allegiance not just to the flag, but to the republic for which it stands. He thinks people don't realize that it is important that we pledge allegiance every day. Several years for him to accomplish this goal. He had to get a petition, have it signed by people in the town, and students at his school. He also had to present it before a committee. A flag shall be displayed, weather permitting, on the school building grounds. A flag shall be displayed at each assembly hall or other room in each such schoolhouse. The law also states that each teacher who doesn't lead the class in the pledge should be fined $5 each day. This Arlington high school senior says that his mission required a second visit. The second time he went before the committee, it was the 4th of July. The motion made the pledge would be students in either form volunteer or tape recording to be played on the PA system. It was a tie vote on that, but then after the story hit the news near the beginning of the school year, the vote was unanimous.
Hello there.
I'm not ready.
What are you doing?
Alright, hold up. Be like, and we're back.
Say that now.
Yeah, go.
And we're back from the break. Oh, crap. Sorry, I don't know what to say. I'm trying to think of something.
Oh, you gotta try this new lotion. It makes
Okay.
your legs so nice and silky smooth.
Oh God, I didn't know.
I'm tired. Give me some glasses.
I know.
Yes, I'm gonna get a headache of this.
Oh gosh, you're so blind.
I am.
Whoa!
Look, you can
Okay.
see better through those and I can't.
Oh my god. Alright.
Now what do we do?
This is the end of our video presentation. Please notice how we're standing as a group.
Chris is over here doing the veiny.